This is Triggered.
And you will be. Hello, Chantal.
We're talking with our teeth tonight.
Oh, mine feels so good.
They look so good.
Thank you.
What did you do?
I use this charcoal thing.
I've heard of this, and actually, I've used the charcoal toothpaste, which does feel very good.
They feel so fresh.
Oh, they look so fresh.
I had to brush them because I ate all those Bueno chocolates.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Jaden brought me a bag. And Kate also. So when Jaden came and visited me on Monday post-surgery, and she brought her Dyson.
Isn't it a fucking life-changing experience?
I haven't brushed my hair since Monday, and I could probably go out.
It looks so... I can't believe how good it looks.
It's crazy. So I was really excited, and I went online, and I was like, I need one of these. This is life-changing. I literally could do my hair once a week. And then I saw the price. And I said...
and then it's like, you know what? I can brush my hair. That's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'll keep brushing it.
So
no problem.
I told her when I come to work every Tuesday, like maybe she should just she's going to give me a blowout every Tuesday.
That's your new thing. You're like, I'll bring the coffee. You bring your Dyson.
Yeah, girl.
It's going to be great.
Like your hair just sits. It just stays. It's the craziest shit.
It's so lovely.
Also, I was
what
just...
my hair's doing?
It's... Yeah, your little bun is the cutest bun ever. Throw some pearls on and you're ready for a business meeting at all times.
Know. Honestly, I have pearl earrings and it doesn't matter. So long as I put on like a little bit of mascara and some concealer, it doesn't matter what my hair looks like. I put those pearl earrings in.
Yeah, girl.
And I am like, business. Let's go.
Okay, so I've had a really good day.
Good.
Three things that I want to share. Because
let's go.
I've had some bad luck, so I think we should share the wins.
Okay, I'm ready.
First of all, I am wearing the biggest granny panties I have ever worn in the history of my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll go back now.
Because you love them?
They're so comfortable.
Stop.
I hike them right up.
I can't.
Right up over my belly button. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I think this just, there's a reason. There's a reason and I'm feeling it. Secondly,
you're moving into the granny panty era.
And you know what? I'm not even embarrassed about it.
You know what? Own that.
Yeah, I will wear these granny panties. Secondly,
uh-huh.
I got big news today.
Oh, tell me.
Chelsea called me and informed me that her and Sam ordered me tickets to go see Ja Rule, Nelly, and Chingy.
Shut up. I wish I had seen your reaction.
Okay, right away, I was like, I'm getting my hoop earrings out. I haven't taken those babies out in so long.
Well, you know, Kendrick Lamar made it okay for us to bring our bell bottoms back out at the Super Bowl.
That is true. Thank you.
And I am bringing them back because I'm going to tell you what, not one day have I liked the fucking, what do you call them? Skinny pants? What are they? Skinny jeans?
No.
Where like my ankles can't breathe. They need to breathe.
I like the mom jeans personally. They're loose. And then the third win, which is maybe not a win, but I got life insurance on Mike.
We've been doing this for what, 3 months? You're like, yeah, you know what we need up in this shit? We need life insurance.
Fuck. I feel like I really became an adult today. Wearing granny panties and purchasing life insurance.
Pulling out your hoop earrings.
Yeah.
You're a full ass adult. Well, it's funny that you say that about adulting because I too felt like I was an adult today.
This morning you did.
That's right, because Ashley and I talk multiple times a day and we FaceTimed and I was standing outside and admiring how I have prepared for this storm we're getting tonight. Like, I shoveled off the roof of the gazebo because I didn't want that to like crash in. I like looked around. I was like, what else could I do? There's so many things. Anyway,
You're
I felt
amazing.
super adult. I was like, this is what grown-ups do.
Then she made
Oh,
legitimately the most beautiful dinner for her and her man. So like we're having a great day.
we've done it.
We
We've
did it.
arrived. We're here.
Now that we're here, do you want to tell me something?
I do. I want to tell you a story. All right. So, my question for the day is, could your husband be a stay at home dad? Do you think he could handle it?
So yes, he'd be very good at like keeping the house organized and like keeping busy because he's kind of like his mom in the sense he can never sit down. He can
So,
never
he'd be able
just
to,
be
yeah. So, he'd be able to stay on top of shit.
until he sits down because the minute Mike
Stop.
sits down, he passes out. I think he's a necrophiliac. Wait, is that the right one?
I
Wait.
want to say no. I
No, a
want to say
necrophiliac is someone who has
someone
sex
who
with dead
fucks dead
bodies.
people.
No, Mike is not a
Go with that.
necrophiliac.
We take it back.
I
We
take it
take it
back.
back.
He's a, I think he has that sleeping disorder.
I cannot. I'm dead. Mike, don't hate us. We're totally leaving that in. Everyone's gonna be like, sorry, what? Oh my god, that's too much. Okay, so I've asked Matt a couple times, like, do you think you could do the stay-at-home dad thing or
I
even just the stay-at-home husband thing?
Yes, because he'd be canning, he'd be making fucking jam,
He would be. He he really would be. And
he'd
I
be
think,
making sourdough right from
you know
scratch.
what? And I'm not even embarrassed to say that, like, I think he would be a better stay-at-home partner than I am.
I'm a
I
terrible
get
stay-at-home
I
person.
get it is not my jam. Honestly, I get so overwhelmed, and I know it sounds stupid, and like people might be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you complain about that." I get there's laundry, there's fucking spider webs, there's fucking this, there's fucking that. The dogs are this, the dogs are that. Oh my god, there's more dog hair behind there. How did I miss that? Like it becomes this all-consuming thing for me. It ain't my jam.
Well, when I was personal training, there was this guy that used to come in and he was a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
This guy, his whole day was incredible. Like he dropped the baby off, come do his workout, then he would go home, go to play dates, like mommy and me play dates with all these
Oh,
moms. He did a
damn.
walking group. Like he was he was the cutest guy. Yeah.
No, and I always like hats off to those people for sure. I
Yeah.
just don't think it's my like I've tried it a couple times. Well, I did it with my daughter for the first 5 years of
Same.
her
My
life.
favorite years.
I was so lonely.
Girl, I ducked today when someone knocked on my door. I have no business being this bored.
You were like, listen, this is fine.
I
Uh
panicked.
yeah, like I found it. Listen, I enjoyed it. I loved those years with her. I really did.
It's
I think it's
lonely.
for I think it's for some people. And for other people, not so much. I also get a lot of fulfillment out of working.
Yeah.
Like I've recently just gotten back to work after 3 months off, and even though we were doing the podcast, like I get so fulfilled from working.
You
So,
love a
yeah.
good deadline. Chantal loves a good
Oh
deadline,
man,
a good
give them
meeting.
deadlines. Throw me the meetings. All right. So, that being said, I'm going to get into our story today. It's Valentine's Day 2007. An anxious husband shows up to the front desk at the Macomb County Sheriff's Office in Michigan. He tells the clerk he needs to report his wife is missing. A deputy brings him into an office and asks him to start from the beginning and to not leave anything out. Stephen Grant begins by explaining that his wife Tara is a big shot, as in her career with Washington Group International almost exclusively supports the family of four.
Sorry, what is that? What is that company?
Washington Group, like it's a group of consultants. So like very
Oh,
similar to how I feel like if someone said, "Oh, what does Chantal do for her day job?" You'd be like, "I don't know."
yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
Okay.
Very similar, where it's like companies are hiring you to strategize about their next moves,
You ever?
essentially.
It's like everyone who lives in Ottawa works for the government, and when you ask them what they say project management.
Yes, honestly, okay, there you go. That's literally what
Everyone is
Tara
in
did.
project management. I don't know what
Yeah.
these projects are, but they're managing them for the government.
Exactly.
We don't even have a government. Oh, that hurted
Yeah.
when I
Oh
laughed.
my God. For those of you like in the United States, or I was looking at where our listeners are today, and we've got the US is popping off, the UK is popping off. We got quite a few people listening from India. So, hi, India,
Hi.
and Australia now, which is super exciting. So, for all of you who are not in Canada, please understand something. Ashley and I live in a province called Ontario. Usually we've got our municipal government, which is like the town, so like mayors and cities and stuff. Then we have our provincial government, and we have a premier of our provincial government. And then on top of that, we've got our federal government for the whole country. We currently do not have a sitting provincial or federal government. We're
We're,
governmentless.
we're just going rogue. We don't know
We're
what the
just,
fuck's going on.
what are we do? Anyway, don't even get me started. I could go on forever. All right, back to Tara,
Back to
the
your story.
hotshot. So her position as a consultant was technically based in WGI's downtown Detroit office, but she traveled a lot for work. So her main second office, if we can call it that, was actually in Puerto Rico. And
Wonderful.
and it sounds like she would travel to Puerto Rico for the week, and then she would fly back on a jet Friday and spend the weekend with her family
That
in
sounds
Detroit.
glorious.
Well, that's a lot of traveling. I don't know if I could do that. So, Stephen, the husband, operated a tool and die shop from home. For those who don't know, because I certainly did not, a tool and die shop is used to manufacture parts and tools for manufacturing facilities. So essentially, they're building molds and jigs and fixtures and gauges for manufacturing processes.
I didn't know what it was
Anyways,
either.
I know, I was like, I don't know, tool and die? Like, what are we doing here? Anyways, this was by no means Stephen's main job because his main responsibility was caring for his children most of the time. Tara and Stephen had au pairs or nannies on and off throughout the years.
Now that's a life.
I would have treated an au pair like the queen.
I know.
If there was someone there with me during those like first 5 years, oh, what do
You
you
know what
want?
would have happened though? Like I would never go back to work because you have the best of both worlds.
Well,
You can
exactly.
leave when you, although I can leave when I want, and I just ducked when someone knocked on the door. But anyways, that's besides the
That's a
point.
whole nother story. Okay, so as I said earlier, Tara's gone a lot for work. I see myself in Tara quite a bit. When my daughter was still young, I know you remember this,
Yep.
I had a career advancing opportunity, but I needed to be gone for 2 weeks at a time to a city about 6 hours away from us. It wasn't easy, but it was fulfilling to the dismay of my Bible loving Christian friends and family. But I digress.
Yes, you do.
Stephen struggled significantly with the responsibility and most likely that loneliness we were speaking about earlier. Although, again, Stephen had the au pairs. So, like, I think about the overwhelm of being a stay at home mom or being a primary parent. I remember being so exhausted when she'd go to bed at like 7:30
Mm-hmm.
and then looking around the house and going, oh my God, now I have to clean.
I know.
Now I have to prep for food tomorrow. Like, it was just a lot. So at the time of Tara's disappearance, they had an au pair she was 18 years old. Her name is Verena. Stephen's telling the police this story. And police are like, okay, but where's Verena? He's like, oh, she had to go back to Germany. And they're like, okay, weird, but whatever. Like, we'll put that in our back pocket.
Yeah, that's weird.
Stephen claims when Tara came home late on February 9th, 2007, from a business trip to Puerto Rico, within minutes of walking through the door, she told Stephen she actually had to go back to work earlier than planned. Stephen was pissed.
Well, and you have to kind of look at it from his perspective. He's alone with
Yeah,
the kids. He doesn't even have his au pair right now.
yeah,
She's rolling in from Puerto Rico, and he's
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, like he really struggled and he was pissed. He was like, no, you're not. So it sounds like she either flew out Sunday night or Monday mornings usually. And she was saying, I have to leave Sunday morning. And he was like,
yeah.
no, that you're losing a whole day with us. Absolutely not.
Aw.
He says an argument began, which soon devolved into a full fledged fight. They were screaming, they were yelling, name calling. It was bad. Finally, Tara's like, you know what? This is childish. This is bullshit. I don't want to wake the kids up. The kids were asleep when she got home. She's like, I'm going to go. So Steven says she made a call. A dark colored vehicle arrived within 30 minutes. And the last time he saw his wife, she was getting into the SUV.
Well, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
watched the Diddy special and I'm like, don't get in that fucking
Oh,
SUV, girl. Don't do it.
I'm gonna cover Diddy.
Yeah, we will.
I'm just like working up to it because holy
We might
fuck.
have to split that one because it's
No shit.
terrible. But
I
anyways,
know. So Steven leaves a message on Tara's answering machine a few hours later, and he's basically like, I don't know what's going on, but you owe me and the kids an apology. I can't believe you're not here. Where the fuck are you? Get home. Nothing. Next morning, Tara did not call, but Steven says when Tara was mad, she was mad.
I mean,
She
some
held a
people need
grudge.
time.
Yeah. And exactly. She held a grudge and he was just like not super concerned, just more pissed off because he was like, she's somewhere. She's not she's not come to see the kids. So he leaves like multiple more voicemails along the same lines. Where are you? Why aren't you calling us? The kids miss you. Call me back. That evening, when they still hadn't heard from her, Stephen explains to the deputy that he was almost sure Tara was having an affair with her boss.
Okay. And
So the
why?
police,
Why does he think that?
he just has this feeling. He's like, she's with him all the time, and police are like, okay, but he's her boss. Like,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course she is.
she's with him in Puerto Rico because they both work there. And maybe we're wrong, but also like, if you don't have anything solid to go on, I don't know. They look into it, and they're like, very quickly, they literally said, Stephen, she's not with the boss. The boss is still in Puerto Rico. We just checked.
And
Stephen's like,
so
okay, okay,
it
okay.
almost sounds like Steven has too much time on his hands. He's getting a little
Definitely.
paranoid.
Yeah. Then Stephen says, well, she's probably hiding out with that ex boyfriend she's been talking to. And police are like, my goodness, like Tara's really getting it around here. They're like, what do you mean? Now, police didn't know this at the time, but the reason that Stephen knew she was speaking to an ex boyfriend was because he had installed spyware on her computer.
What?
Yeah. So he's
That's
watching
a
her
hard
emails.
no for me.
Such a no, guys. If you feel the need to install spyware, go to therapy, just
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
please. So, and again, keep in mind this whole time Stephen is calling. At this point in Stephen's retelling of the story, the detective asks, you've left her voicemails over and over and over again. This was February 9th. She came home Friday night. It's Wednesday. How come it took you so long to report her missing? And Stephen says, well, Tara's boss asked me to not report her missing until he was able to tell her colleagues.
I'm sorry. That makes no sense.
So I have been with the same company on and off for 5 years. Aside from you and Matt, I can honestly say my boss would be in the prime minister's office,
Yeah.
being like, put her face everywhere. I don't
Right.
care. Like, I want her downtown Toronto. I want her in Vancouver. We need to find her. So
Because
this was kind of weird.
if another thing is like, so if I suddenly don't show up, my boss is going to be like, hey guys at work, has anyone talked to Tara?
Well, so here's the thing. It takes 32 seconds to write an email and hit send to all on your company email list to be like, hey guys, not sure what's going on. Tara's gone missing in Detroit. I'll keep you informed as I know.
It's weird.
But no, Steven's like, no, he asked me not to. So the police are also like, Steven's a little fucking weird here. So they're sitting there and Steven goes, or you know what it could have been? And they're like, oh, Steven, please tell us. And he says, it might have been terrorists.
Huh?
Yep. So he has this whole theory that maybe terrorists kidnapped her. And police are like, for what purpose? And
And
Steven doesn't have an answer. He's just like, it's terrorists.
oh, okay, Steven.
As we've seen in so many cases we've done over and over again, sometimes when someone is spilling their guts and won't shut the fuck up, that's actually a sign of like something's going on here. Maybe you know
Yes.
more than what you're telling us.
It sounds like he's trying to like get the police to turn their head and look in another direction.
Yeah. Police kind of bring this up to him and they're like, Stephen, listen, you've come at us with a whole bunch of shit today.
It's kind of a lot.
And we're not sure what to do with this. And Steven says, well, I miss her. And do you know how much I miss her? And they're like, oh, please tell us. And he says, well, I came down here today to report her missing, and I have a warrant out for my arrest.
This happened in another, what case was
Yes.
it? What
Yes,
fucking
it
case
did.
was that?
I don't know. I don't remember
The
it.
guy with the fucking warrant with the parking tickets.
Well, it's the same
The
thing for Steven.
bonefish.
The bonefish. That's right. That's right. Steven's like, I have unpaid parking tickets. And they're like, okay, Steven, listen, buddy. Your wife is missing, and while you probably should pay your fucking parking tickets, we don't care right now. Like, we need to find Tara. Anyway, super weird. Later that day, well, Steven invites them over. Steven says, like, come to my house. Like, you want to look? You want to look around? And they're like, yeah, actually, we do. We would
As
like
a
to look
matter of
around.
fact.
So they go over and they learn a little bit more about the couple. Tara grew up on a farm, but had always had dreams of being wealthy and having the cars and the bags and all the shit.
Yep.
Stephen and Tara met in college. They moved in shortly after school ended. Stephen had a really hard time finding a job in political science. So he actually ended up, that's when he started working at his dad's tool and die shop.
Okay.
Once they were married, they had 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And around 6 years after they were married, Tara's career dreams came true. She was offered a full-time upper management position with Washington Group International. Her salary was over $100K per year.
That's not bad for what year was it again?
It's 2007, so now it would be close to $200K.
They're not making millions.
They're not making millions, but it was enough that I imagine she had sat Steven down and said, like,
Okay, now
okay.
The reason 200K to me is like not a lot is because we live in fucking Canada.
Yes, exactly.
If you make 200K in Canada, you're still poor.
Have you ever seen there's like a budget guy on TikTok?
Yes.
I love
He
him
breaks
so
it
much.
down.
But I'm always so amazed because people are like, yeah, I make 60K. And he's like, wow, that's really good. And I'm like, sorry?
I know.
We're out here not living on 100K. What the fuck do you mean 60K?
It's wild.
Anyway,
I know.
Again, another story for another day. They are looking through the house. They see Verina's room, which still has like some of her stuff in it. They're like, okay, obviously a young girl was living here. And so just out of curiosity, the detective says, Stephen, Verina's how old? And he's like 18. He's like, okay, Stephen, I need you to be honest with me. Have you ever had an inappropriate relationship with Verina? Now, the correct answer is no, of course not.
Yeah.
She's 18 and she's your kid's nanny. This motherfucker says she would never tell and winks at the police officer.
He winked?
Winked at the police officer.
That gives
I'd
me
punch
the
him in the
ick.
face.
Yeah.
Police spoke to past nannies and au pairs who, for the most part, said it didn't seem like there were any major marital issues between Tara and Stephen. One au pair did say that Stephen was a bit odd. She said it always felt like he was watching her, which is creepy as fuck. So they go through and they're like, Stephen, thank you for being so helpful. There's nothing here that we can see just off the get-go. Hear anything about her, hear anything from her. And we're going to start this missing persons case. Stephen's like, thank you so much. I really fucking appreciate it. So this all happens on the day that Stephen reports Tara missing, on Valentine's Day. It's now the next day. Police are just uneasy. They're like, yo, that guy is so fucking weird. None of what he says is adding up. Why don't we bring him in on those unpaid parking tickets? Like, just put a little bit of pressure on him. Just see what's up.
Turns out
And
the
they're like,
parking tickets were worth arresting him for.
yeah, they're like, listen, I apparently, according to one source that I read, the detective came in the next morning and was like, yo, this bothered me all fucking night. This guy there's something about him.
Yep.
Another thing that's fucking weird about Stephen, and I feel like this whole episode could be called Weird Things Stephen Does. Just before he went in to report Tara missing, he paid off every single parking ticket except for one.
Why? Why except for one?
So they're like, is he dumb or what the fuck is this? But Stephen wasn't as stupid as he seemed. He was out on bail the very next day. And he and his fancy pants lawyer that he hired held a press conference where they spun this story of a grieving and worried husband missing his wife, being harassed by law enforcement for a parking ticket instead of looking for his missing wife.
No, he didn't.
Big time. You should see the footage.
This
He's got
motherfucker.
tears streaming down his face. I can't believe in my darkest hour that
My
they would do
darkest
this to me.
hour. Get out of here, Steven.
So he was looking for sympathy from the media, and it fucking worked because the public came down hard on the department. While this public slander campaign is going on, one of Steven's ex-girlfriends contacts the police. She's like, I don't know if this is going to be helpful, but I just have this like weird feeling in my stomach and I need to get this off my chest. They're like, what's up, hun? She says, I'm going to share 8 emails between Steven and I that's happened maybe like 25 days ago. So they're like, okay. In the emails, Steven is telling this woman that he knows Tara's cheating and repeatedly tries to seduce this woman into having sex with him.
Pardon me?
Which is like super classy, Steven.
Yeah, cool, buddy.
Steven says in one of the emails, I consider marriage vows like a speed limit. Sometimes they're meant to be broken.
Ew.
I know, right? I was like, gag. Fuck you, Steven.
You're an idiot.
The department is pretty bitter about the stunt that Steven pulled with the slander campaign. And I imagine someone in the department was like, checkmate, Steve-O, because the department leaks the emails.
Oh my
And
God, yes.
Steven's little media pity party was over. They turned very quickly on Steven. Because you're no longer this like sweet, loving husband missing his wife. Now you're fucking speed bump or speed limit fucking vow taking Steven.
What a creep.
Yeah.
Good for her for sharing that, though.
I know. So over the next few weeks, police look into everyone Tara could have run away with. She's nowhere. She's not there. On Tuesday, February 20th, the sheriff gathered every news station to announce he was opening a criminal investigation into Tara's disappearance. He also mentioned how disappointed he was in Steven's unwillingness to help. Steven made a point in the coming days to bring an armful of old laptops into the police station, and he called the media. So they were there to film him being cooperative.
He is so fucking cringe.
Girl, this guy. February 24th. There's a huge park by Steven and Tara's home. There's woods, there's forests, there's fields, there's...
Something like the marina in Pembroke?
Yeah, kind of. Like just a really big area. It's called Stony Creek Park. So they're like, we need to do a search through there because what if she went for a walk? What if something happened? What if whatever? There was heavy snow and they were only able to properly search a 3-mile stretch. So it didn't go super well. It was around this time that Steven stopped being cooperative in any way. He did take a polygraph test, but paid for it himself. He didn't want to take one that, he didn't want to take the one that the department offered. And when the department subpoenaed the results, they were inconclusive.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So not surprisingly, he made yet another media appearance and said, men who clean the house and cook dinner aren't the type of men that kill their wives.
Are you fucking kidding me?
As I'm sure you've already kind of guessed, yes, the fuck they are. It's February 28th now, and Tara was last seen February 9th. A woman is walking her dog in Stony Park, nearby the Grant home, and she sees an odd sight. She notices a Ziploc bag shoved into a little hole in a tree. She pulls it out to see what it is and notices it looks like blood in the bag. So she calls police. When they arrive, they carefully open the bag, and sure enough, it's a pair of gloves, some metal shavings, and blood.
You fucking idiot. You stuck your fucking shit in a Ziploc bag and jammed it in a tree?
They take it back to the station for processing and to evaluate if it's even human blood. They're like, what if this came from like a butcher shop? We don't really cover butcher shop stories on this podcast. Not only is it human blood, it's Tara's blood.
Big shocker.
And finally, they have enough to turn the heat up on Steven. On March 2nd, police finally attain a full warrant for the Grant home and Stephen's tool and die shop on the property. Detectives show up and kick down the shop's door. The shop was empty and eerie, and detectives say that it gave off sinister vibes. Well, I say sinister vibes, but they said it looked like a Saw movie. They
No.
found nothing other than a clean floor and just like bad vibes, so they moved on.
So, can I just say something?
You can
I,
say anything.
okay, so I feel like a super clean dude workshop is fucking weird. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
normal. Like
yeah.
that, like, unless they're like weird, but like dudes are not like that. Like, their man cave space is usually not clean.
Well, this floor was recently cleaned.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Weird. That is weird.
Okay, so I actually think this part is super funny. And like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. Fucking Stephen Grant had invited Channel 4 to conduct an interview that day at his home.
He invited them?
Obviously, obviously not knowing that police would be there for the search.
I'm
So when
dead.
police showed up and were knocking down doors and executing this warrant, Channel 4 was literally there reporting live on everything that was going on.
Invited
They
by
were like,
Steven.
this just in. I know this was supposed to be a boring interview with Stephen Grant, but look what we got. Now,
Surprise.
they're in the house, and the lead detective asks Stephen to step outside so that they can properly search. Stephen says, yeah, all right, fine. Actually, I'm going to take the dog for a walk, which is fully within his rights to do.
Yeah,
They're just
the dogs still
executing
have to
a
be,
warrant.
and
Yeah.
and you still have to take care of your shit.
There's actually this super eerie footage that when I tell you this whole story, you'll be like, Jesus Christ. From Channel 4 News of Stephen just walking down the road with his dog while the team is ripping his home apart. So during a warrant, there's a mix of professionals that show up. You've got your officers and you've got your scientists. The officers are the muscle and the scientists are the brains.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as they're doing this search, it sounds like the scientists were trying to get samples and collect evidence, and the officers were like kind of in their fucking way. It was so funny because I was like, oh my God, this is what it's like cleaning when the kids are home. Like, get
Yes.
out, go, leave, get out. I appreciate you. You need to go.
Very true.
So they tell them, like, please go. Like, let us do our thing, and then you guys can come in and rip the place apart. I don't care, but we need to get our samples first. Remember that first time that Stephen had let police into the house willingly, shortly after Tara disappeared?
Yeah.
At that time, Stephen had let them look through the garage as well, and it sounds like fairly thoroughly. So when officers are sent out there again, they literally sat around for hours shooting the shit because they had already searched the garage and had found nothing, like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
after she disappeared. One of the officers who had been there for the consensual search earlier in the month started walking around the garage, bored out of his mind, when he notices something in the corner pushed up against the wall that he was certain hadn't been there when he searched it first.
What is it?
It was a Rubbermaid tote with a tag that said boys' clothes.
Okay.
You know that moment when you're pretty sure of something, but then you almost chalk it up to like, did I forget about this? I
Like when
can
I
picture
lost
this
my car.
officer legitimately exactly like that. Because I can picture this officer standing at this bin, the chatter of his colleagues behind him, and his mind going, was this here? I was the one that went through this part of the garage. Was this here? I would have remembered going through it. Did I miss this? How do you miss this though? No, this wasn't here.
Open the tote, goddammit.
So he lifts the lid to find a large black garbage bag. He rips that one open to find another bag inside. And on and on and on. It was like this never ending, you know, those stupid gifts that people think are so funny that they wrap up in 500 pounds of.
Yes.
That's what it was like. He's like, what the fuck? When does this end? He rips and rips till he finally gets to what feels like wet plastic. And he reaches his hand in and grabs the first thing he touches.
What is
He
it?
pulls his hand out to reveal that he's holding a severed, bloody human hand.
Shut up.
And he screams at the top of his lungs.
Well, yeah. So, okay. Well, stop. Just hang on here. This fucking motherfucker is not only the stupidest fucking asshole I've ever met or heard of, but like, you put shit in a tree And now you're just keeping the body parts in your
Girl,
garage?
you guys are not even ready for where this story goes.
Like, this is fucked.
There's a part of this that is probably the wildest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, go,
All right.
go.
The officer screams, right? Because he is startled as fuck. Now, keep in mind, there are multiple news vans reporting live from outside the house at this point.
I'm dead.
After they all heard the officer scream and the scramble after. So this is being streamed live through the garage
Yes.
windows.
Imagine being
Because
a
they're all there
fucking.
being like, what?
This is your big break.
Right? All the officers gather around the bin and glove up and start looking through. In the bin, they find a torso in a black bra. No limbs, no head, no neck. The deputies run out of the house looking for Stephen, literally running down the street searching for him because they're like, holy fuck.
Steven wasn't walking the dog. Steven was fucking taken off.
Yeah, girl. A little side note of fuckery, just because I really want everyone to fully understand who Stephen Grant is. Inside the house, they find a hole at the back of the Grant's walk-in closet that looks directly into the au pair's bedroom.
Ew.
So when that au pair was saying like she felt like Stephen was watching her, he fucking was.
That is. I think that's worse than the torso. It really
Right?
bothers me.
Yeah, like he's a fucking creep. So the search is on for Stephen. They have to find him. The first place they go is Stephen's sister's. She didn't live far from the Grants at all. She lived like a couple streets over. When they arrive, they find Stephen's family dog has been left there. She said Stephen showed up, asked if she would watch the dog for a while, and left in a truck she had never seen before.
Where are the kids? Where the fuck are the kids?
I actually don't know where the kids are through this. That's a really great question. Hopefully they were somewhere.
I'm happy about the dog, but carry on.
Yeah. As she looked around after he left, he had stolen her phone and almost every drug in her medicine cabinet.
Why?
So the sheriff sent half of his task force out looking for Stephen and the other half to go looking for the rest of Tara.
This is crazy.
Because remember, we have a hand and a torso. That's it.
That poor woman.
I know. On March 4th, the department took cadaver dogs back into Stony Creek Park. Only about a half hour into the search, an officer spotted something pink that stood out from the white snow. It was Tara's thigh.
It's fucking weird.
I know. Shortly after, not far from there, they found Tara's head under a pile of sand. They found other parts of her body in random places and trees under rocks, but they couldn't find all of her.
This is crazy. So what, was he like slowly hiding parts?
Honey, you aren't even ready.
Oh God, hurry up, because I need to know, because this is killing me.
All right, back to Stephen. Stephen drove around for a while, popping pills and trying to figure out what he was going to do.
That's a good idea to pop pills.
He remembered a camping trip he had taken in Michigan's Wilderness State Park and decided to head there. He stopped to buy whiskey and a burner phone. He called his sister from the phone to say goodbye. He was going to kill himself.
Well, please do, because you're useless.
He ended up stopping multiple times on his way up north. He bought sleeping pills at one store, stopped for razor blades at another. He even went into a dollar store and purchased a play gun and a black Sharpie. See, he thought if he colored the gun black and pulled it on an officer, they would kill him immediately, right?
The fuck? Coward.
Stephen ended up trying to write a letter to his kids to leave in the truck, but he wasn't able to completely finish it because at this point he's hammered and high on pills.
Idiot.
What he was able to write kind of goes as follows. I know you guys aren't old enough to understand this yet, but I'm sorry about what happened to Mom. We had a fight and I ended up hurting her real bad, which is like...
the understatement of the year.
The understatement of the year.
You hurt her real bad, you fucking dork.
Right? Aunt Kelly can explain everything when you're older. Just know I love you both. I don't want to put anyone else through more suffering.
Oh, shut up, Stephen.
I know it's hard to lose me right after losing your mom. They didn't lose their mom. You fucking took her.
Literally.
Steven's fucked at this point. Totally fucked up. He can't even write anymore. He's like, ugh. He crumples up the half-hearted suicide note and throws it on the floor of the truck. Gets out of the truck and wanders into the woods. He calls his sister again and says, this is where you'll be able to find my body.
Oh, fuck, Stephen. Just get it over with, you weirdo.
Yeah. At the same time, Police get a call to the station from Verena, the au pair in Germany.
Oh, fuck off.
She says,
I thought maybe
hey,
she was dead.
Stephen just called me and confessed to murdering Tara. And they're like, oh, did he? And she's like, yeah, and I'm freaking out. They're like, okay. Thank you for letting us know. We'll need to talk to you again soon. So Stephen calls Verena and his sister, and his sister flags down an unmarked car in front of her house and is like, listen, I know where he is. Please go get him. The state park was immediately evacuated and police began trying to find Stephen. Now, for those of you in our area, our neck of the woods, this park is like Algonquin Park.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
massive. It's massive. We're not talking like a little tiny something. It's huge. This was no easy task. They finally found his truck late at night, but it was pitch dark and freezing. Oh, and there was a blizzard too, because of course there fucking was. The officers hopped on snowmobiles looking for him by following this weird fucking trail Stephen left behind. It consisted of his wallet, keys, a notebook, a pen, that fake gun, a
He's just like
shopping
throwing
bag.
shit because he
He was
wants them to
literally
find
just like,
him.
yeah, exactly.
What a
That's what I
weird.
thought too.
Yeah.
This whole time I was like, you fuck.
Yeah.
Like the amount of resources you fucking wasted. Anyway,
He's such a fucking pity party, one up and fucking loser that
I know.
he wants to be stopped because he's a
Yeah,
coward.
yeah, exactly. In the early morning, they found Stephen leaned up against a tree, alive but with severe hypothermia. He was airlifted to the hospital to get help, and police were right there waiting when he woke up. See, Stephen's lawyer had quit the minute the reports came in that they found him and he was alive.
Yeah.
So Stephen didn't have a lawyer, and police knew that Stephen didn't know that he didn't have a lawyer. So now was their chance. If they're talking to him, it's happening right now. The investigators claim that Stephen seemed relieved when they sat down to talk to him. So they set up their recorder, and Stephen told them everything. Now, take a drink, take a deep breath. Here we go. There's a trigger warning for the rest of this episode. This is very graphic, and there is a ton of domestic violence. So if that's not for you, that's okay. We'll see you next episode. The first thing Stephen asked the officer was what was the criteria difference between first and second degree murder? And the detective said he chuckled to himself because it was obvious that Grant was going to adjust his story to get the lesser of the two. Basically, the police officer is like, it depends. Like, I can't, there's not a checklist here. It depends on the case. Stephen says, the night that Tara came home from Puerto Rico, the kids were already asleep, and Verena was out partying with some friends. They were chatting, and everything was fine until Tara said she needed to leave Sunday morning, and she usually didn't head out until Sunday night or Monday morning. Stephen was pissed. So that part is true.
Okay.
He says he told her no, she was never home, and she didn't need to leave that early. He also brought up the only reason she wanted to go so early was so that she could spend more time with her boss. So Tara told him to fuck off.
Fair.
And Stephen and his ego didn't like that. Tara said, I'm leaving. He was on an ego trip, and she didn't need this bullshit in her life. He grabbed her wrist and said, you're staying here until we finish this conversation. And with her free hand, Tara slapped him across the face.
Oh.
And he hit her back. He says she fell onto the floor. She got up and said, that's it, motherfucker. You're done. I'm taking the kids. You're going to be fucking homeless because you're a piece of shit and you're nothing without me. He says that's when he started choking her. In my retelling of this, I'm going to leave out all the times that Stephen bitches and complains about how Tara belittled him their entire marriage.
Oh, shut up, Stephen. Nobody gives a fuck.
I know.
Like, seriously.
He says he covered her face with a gray shirt and strangled her until she stopped moving. He didn't know if she was dead or just unconscious, so he wrapped a belt around her neck and pulled it hard just to make sure the job was done.
Holy shit.
Oh, and then he said, I used that belt around her neck as sort of a handle. While completely fucking naked, Stephen pulled Tara's body by the belt around her neck, down the stairs of their home, past their sleeping children's bedrooms, and into the garage.
I'm so grateful they didn't wake up to see something like that.
You're going to hate the end of this.
Oh, no.
He lifted her into the back of the SUV, or tried to, but she fell on the garage floor. I've listened to the whole thing. It's fucking... He might as well be telling you how his golf game was. He says, it was the worst noise ever. It just sounded like a watermelon being dropped on cement.
Oh, my stomach just fucking
I
turned.
know, he's awful. Steven says he was just about to go back into the house to put some clothes on and figure out what the fuck he was going to do when he heard the garage door start to open.
And he's fucking naked.
So he runs upstairs to put some pants on and comes back downstairs. He knew it was Verena coming in. So he opens the front door and pretends like he's talking to Tara on the other side of the door. And he says, "Go, just go. I don't care." Slams the door. And Verena's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be fine. Tara just left me."
This fucker.
Tara's dead behind the SUV
Literally.
that Verena just walked past.
It's crazy.
So Verena said she went right upstairs and found a note on her pillow that said she owed Stephen a kiss.
The fuck?
Stephen wrote that note within seconds after strangling his wife and put it on this girl's pillow.
Oh my fuck. What?
She came down and talked to Stephen for hours and consoled him because poor Stephen's wife just walked out on him.
Poor Steven is a fucking weird dude.
Now, Verena says she spent the night in his bed, so she fucked him. So, almost 24 hours has passed since Stephen has put Tara's dead body in the back of the truck. He just carried on with his life, got the kids to their activities, kept everyone out of the garage, etc. So, Sunday morning, so he killed her late Friday night.
Wouldn't it be smelling by now?
So, you know how cold it is outside right now?
Oh, right. I forgot. We're in Detroit,
Yeah.
Right? Is it Detroit?
Yeah. Detroit, yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, he knew he had to do something because he's like, "Oh, fuck." Steven's just waking up Sunday morning like, yeah, that was a good sleep. Oh, fuck. My wife is dead in the truck.
This is the craziest fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like.
So, Sunday morning, he's like, "Fuck. Better go deal with this." He drove the truck into the tool and die shop and tried to decide what he was going to do. But see, Stephen fucked up. Well, Stephen always fucks up, but he really fucked up here.
I think Stephen is the definition of fucked up.
Stephen is fucked up. So he didn't take into account, first of all, rigor mortis, and second of all, that it was minus 20 out. So he just chucked Tara into the back, not thinking. And
she's stiff as a board.
Her arms are outstretched above her head. Her legs are stretched apart. And she's now this massive, solid, frozen piece of body.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
I know. He's like, fuck, she's stuck in this position.
Well, yeah, Steven, you fucking dumbass. You ever watch
CSI?
So
she was large. She took up a lot of space.
Was she large?
No. I mean, she took up... No, she wasn't a large woman. She took up a lot of space because her arms were like put your arms out and then your legs out. I can take up my king-size bed. Yeah, and she's frozen like this. He says that's when he knew he had to saw off her limbs.
Oh, my fuck.
To make her smaller, and then maybe he could throw her in a dumpster somewhere. But the saw he had wasn't working, so instead he got wasted. He went in the house, took her briefcase and laptop, because now he's like, I'm going to have to convince them she ran away. So he takes those out, he shreds everything up, cuts everything up. He finally finds a blade that will cut through bone and dismembers Tara into 14 pieces. He said I was almost sick listening to this part of it. He said, I couldn't believe there was hardly any blood at all. And they're like, yeah, she was frozen. You fuck.
This guy's a fucking complete disaster of a person.
Yeah. So he wrapped the pieces in garbage bags and placed them in that Rubbermaid bin. Now, Tara's whole body was in the Rubbermaid, but she was in for a wild couple weeks. Monday night at 3 a.m., Stephen goes on an adventure to get rid of Tara's body. He put the Rubbermaid bin in the truck, along with his daughter's sled, and drove out to a nature reserve that backs onto Stony Creek Park. He says he parked the truck somewhere sort of hidden by trees, got the sled out, and put the Rubbermaid bin with his wife's dismembered body on his daughter's sled. Ugh. He wanted to take it far enough into the woods to find her a final resting place. Ash.
Oh, shut up, Stephen. Nobody fucking cares anymore. You're an idiot.
He seemed to remember that there was a swamp at the top of this hill, so he headed that way. I couldn't make up what I'm about to tell you if I fucking tried.
The swamp is frozen?
He says, I'm almost at the top of the hill, pulling the sled behind me, when my fingers slip, and the Rubbermaids and sled fly down the hill like a bobsled.
This fucking guy sucks. He sucks
Now,
so fucking
Ashley,
bad. I'm
you
trying not to
know,
laugh and be sensitive,
you
but come
listen,
on.
listen. No, no, but this is what I was thinking this whole time. You know, I believe in the afterlife.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
couldn't help but chuckle because I fully believe Tara was like, fuck you, Steven, watch this. Flying down the hill.
Don't make me laugh. I'm still.
Like, run, you little bitch. Run after me.
This fucking idiot.
So Steven says he watches the sled fly down the hill about 100 yards and then slow down a bit, and the bin falls off, as does the lid. And Tara is everywhere now,
I don't
scattered
know.
about at the bottom of this hill. Now it's 4:30 a.m. by this time, and Steven knows he doesn't have too long before it starts to get light. He buries the torso in the snow where it laid and buries the sled with the rest of her body parts together close by and goes home.
Well, try again tomorrow, you fucking Nimrod. Like,
On
what?
Wednesday, Valentine's Day, Steven feels like maybe he got away with this. He won't have to worry about the body parts until the weather starts to warm up, and he can report Tara missing, and life will be great. He literally said to police, I chose Valentine's Day to report her missing because I thought it would be poetic.
Oh, my God. I hate him.
So, again, he thinks he's gotten away with this until police announced they were prepping to search Stony Creek Park for the first time. Under the light of the moon, on the night before the search was to begin, Stephen goes back to where he had haphazardly buried Tara, dug up her torso, just her torso, and carried it back to the truck. He said it already looked like animals had gotten into the other pile of parts, except for one hand, so I threw that in the bin as well.
I have no words.
You're not even ready. He brought Tara's torso home. And guess what he did? You can't, because Steven's fucked. He put her torso on the roof of his dad's garage.
Huh?
Yep, where it
He
stayed for
climbed?
days.
He climbed onto the
Well,
roof.
it sounds like dad had a flat roof, like it was like a shop. And so with any flat roof, usually you have a ladder that goes up so that you can access it.
This is
So
crazy.
Stephen climbed up there and left his wife's torso on the roof of his dad's shop for days.
The fuck?
But Stephen finally felt that the coast was clear, and he had moved Tara's torso back into the bin, into the garage, the day before the police got the search warrant.
You know what? If he would have left it on the roof, odds are they would have never found it.
They wouldn't have found it.
I'm not going to look on the roof because that's crazy.
Sucks to be you, eh, Steve? Stephen chose to go to trial. There were a few hiccups. Somehow
He
Stephen's
chose
confession.
trial?
Yeah, which is fucked up. Like, are you okay?
Get it
Do you
together,
think you're
man.
getting out of this?
Right.
Anyway, Stephen's confession was leaked, which muddied the jury pool. Now, Stephen's a piece of shit, which we obviously know. But to really drive home how unapologetic Steve was about this, during a visit, Stephen is recorded asking his sister, were they able to fit Tara all in one casket or did they need many? Like, jokingly.
And you know what? His sister should be ashamed of herself.
I know, you know what?
Kind of grossed out by her too.
I wasn't
Get outta
super
here.
impressed with her. I know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Verena did return from Germany to testify against him. Until they found Tara's torso, Verena was under the impression that Tara had walked out on Stephen. Now, I'm going to get through this next part, but this truly broke my heart. Tara's sister now had custody of her two kids. And she said that 9 months after Tara's death, Tara's young daughter admitted to her aunt that she was awake the night that Stephen murdered her mom.
Oh, fuck.
She claims she heard them fighting, got out of bed when everything went quiet, and saw her dad strangling her mother. She said Stephen left the room at one point, and Stephen said it was for him to go get the belt, because I guess it wasn't in his room. And she went into their bedroom to check on her mom.
Oh, no.
But didn't know what to do, so just ended up crawling back into bed.
Of course. She's little. She's a baby. She doesn't know.
I know. That broke my heart.
That's the saddest thing.
In December of 2007, the jury found Stephen Grant guilty of second-degree murder and mutilation of the body. The judge sentenced him to 50 to 80 years in prison. Stephen's father visited him once in prison and never went back. A year after Grant's case was done, his dad called 911 and said, "I need to report a suicide." When the operator asked, "Okay, who committed suicide?" he said, "I did," and shot himself in the head.
Oh, just
Tara's,
tragic.
I know, all around, all around. Tara's sister moved far away from Michigan with the kids. The kids have never spoken to their father. And Tara's daughter is studying psychology at Ohio State.
Oh,
And although
good.
she said for a while she thought she needed closure from her father, she was able to create her own closure.
Good.
Every year, Tara's kids return to Stony Creek Park to participate in Tara's Walk, an event designed to bring awareness to domestic violence, and it gives the kids a chance to honor their mom.
Beautiful.
So that is the story of Tara Grant.
Fuck. Jesus, fuck.
And I know we're like past an hour now, but I just wanted to like give a little pep talk here. Resentment will eat away at a person.
Yep.
And definitely at a relationship. What Stephen did is atrocious. He's a little weak psycho and deserved to spend the rest of his life in prison, but it didn't have to get to that. Open communication with your partner is so fucking important. If you're feeling resentment about something, even if it's something that can't necessarily be fixed, in this case, for example, Tara needed her job. She was the breadwinner. If Stephen had opened his mouth calmly, maybe gone to couples therapy with her, explained to her how it affected him and how he was feeling, could this have gone differently? And even if he spoke up and she belittled him or wouldn't listen, that's a good time for you to sit down and decide if this is a good partner for you.
You know what, though? I don't think no amount of fucking couples therapy would fucking fix whatever the fuck is going on in there.
I don't think so either. But just like for our listeners, like divorce is always an option.
I've done it twice. It's fine.
Right?
It's not ideal.
No, it's not ideal, but it's fine. You need to protect your peace at all costs. So as always with these episodes, if you're experiencing domestic violence, there is help available. I know it feels like an uphill battle, and it will be for the most part, but we will leave help info for the countries where we have listeners in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
And we've offered this before.
Yes.
And I want to offer it again. If you're struggling with where to begin and just need someone to talk to, we are here. You can reach us through Messenger. You can reach us through email,
TikTok, anywhere.
We can help you in any way we can to get you to a safe place.
We will do that for you because we love you.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
I'm like, bye.
Oh,
bye.
Thanks for joining us on Triggered, where we dive deep into the dark, the twisted, and the cosmic mysteries of the universe.
Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, always watch the stars and your back.